Welcome back to We Are Nacogdoches. It's the show where we get to talk about the great things happening in our town and the people who make it happen. I'm Kelly Augustine with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and in today's edition, I have a special guest with me. I have Lauren Pennington with Visit Nacogdoches.
Yes.
Welcome, Lauren.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
I know you're in group sales at the Visitor Center.
Yes.
And I think before we end this segment, we want to talk a little bit about the location of the Visitor Center itself. But right now, I want to focus on all the cool stuff you do there and what the Visitor Center does in Nacogdoches.
Yes. So the Visitor Center is a great place that people from all over the city or the county or the state and then the United States and all over the country can come when they're coming into Nacogdoches to basically just learn more information and more history of Nacogdoches. We are very proud of our town. We're the oldest town in Texas and the garden capital of Texas. And a lot of people will come knowing that information and they want to learn more about it. And so we have all the resources. We have a wall full of brochures and magazines that people love to go to. We have maps of our downtown area, all the shops that you can go to. And it's really just a great resource for people who want to learn more about Nacogdoches and fall in love with this town the same way that we have. So that's a little bit about our visitor center, and we get to meet such wonderful people every day walking through the doors. Actually, yesterday we had someone from Sweden come in, so it's cool to have some visitors like that and get to tell them about how proud we are of Nacogdoches.
Well, I'm really glad that you brought up, along with the international visitors that you get to visit with, that it's really good for residents to come by and say hello too and just explore what you have there, because there's a museum in the building itself plus the information. So what kind of things does Visit Nacogdoches handle throughout the year?
Yes, so we have lots of wonderful opportunities to promote events going around downtown. And I'm glad you mentioned the museum. That's something a lot of people are very interested in. But we do have some events that are annual coming up. And we've got Sail on the Trail, which is May 2nd and 3rd, and that is on the El Camino Real. And it's all the way from Natchitoches, Louisiana to Nacogdoches, Texas, where there are lots of bargains and sales and just wonderful antique shops that you can go into and boutiques and that you can basically shop in. And so that's an annual event, and we like to promote things like that because it is annual. Another one is the Red Brick Bluegrass Festival, so that's a really popular one, and that one is also in May, on May 3rd this year, and it's from noon to 9, and they're going to have people performing, and they're going to have a young talent showcase there, and that'll be at the Nacogdoches Expo and Civic Center this year, so that's exciting. And then we have a new event that will become annual in our hopes for before the Texas Blueberry Festival, which I know you know lots about. It's called the Blueberry Jam, and that's going to be a showcase of 3 different acts, and it's a concert in Festival Park the night before the Blueberry Festival. So those are just some examples of what we so proudly get to promote and talk about. And when people come in, we have events that are going on all the time. We actually have a calendar that's sent out each week and each month that is called What's Happening in Nac. Very popular, and it has all the different businesses and different events going around in Nacogdoches that are displayed on a poster and sent out weekly and posted weekly. So we definitely want people to know that there are plenty of things to do in Nacogdoches.
That's great. And you guys are such a great resource just to call when we have questions about those kind of community events. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So you work with Ashley Morgan, the executive
ma'am.
director, and then of course we have Natalie Dunn
Yes.
and Mike Bay in the
Yes.
office there. They are great resources and do a lot of good things. And I kind of want to focus in a little bit more on your role there with Visit Nacogdoches, because I have had the pleasure of seeing associations, nonprofits, special interest groups, even family reunion folks coming into town for specific reasons, and they just need information. And the Visitor Center is the perfect place to go for that. So give us a little insight into your daily activities with group sales.
Yes. So, fun fact. Today we have an event called Snack Friday, and that is the fourth Friday of every month. We have food trucks around our visitor center on the square. That's something that I get to facilitate and have the pleasure of getting to know the food trucks that are in the county and in the area who get to just come and be a part of our downtown area. And so that's a big part of my position. I get to facilitate the food trucks and vendors around town and get to know them. And so today I was making sure they were all good and emailing them throughout the week, and that's something I like to do. And then oftentimes I will get calls in the office or emails about groups coming in, and they're just genuinely wanting to know, where's the good hotels, where can we have our event, where's a good event center, and I can be the resource for them, send them to the right hotels that meet their needs. And another part of my position is having good relationships with the hotels in Nacogdoches, which I've had a pleasure of doing, and getting to really just get to know all of them. And I've been here since December, and I'd say I've done a pretty good job of going around and meeting everybody. And so with that, I'm able to, get these groups to the right place. We had a really wonderful group come about a month or 2 months ago with vintage Volkswagen cars, and that was a really cool group of people who had come in. Some did stay overnight, which we always root for. We want them to stay in Nacogdoches as long as possible, but I got to just be in contact with them and get them goodie bags, and that's another part of my position, as I get to make goodie bags for them with information and stickers and just all things Nacogdoches, and just make them feel welcomed here. And so that was a fun one. And so when people are coming in and they're looking for a place to have their group or organization have a conference or some sort of meeting, we definitely want to bring them in and tell them all the different options they have, and that's under my position and what I get the pleasure of doing every day.
Well, I think, the Chamber partners with Visit Nacogdoches and other city departments. And I know we are always encouraging our members. Again, you mentioned organizations, associations, nonprofits, and even businesses that might have regional meetings or, somewhere where they all gather. Nacogdoches is the perfect option for that, for many. So we would want anyone to think about their group coming here and start working with you to schedule that and make it successful. We could get a lot more people into our beautiful town using our resources for whatever their interest is that they're focusing on. So thank you for that.
Yes.
What is something that you weren't expecting to find in your place with Visit Nacogdoches? Like I know that you have been in Nacogdoches for a while, so what's been a nice surprise with working there?
I think that a nice surprise has just been all of the people that I've met who work all around Nacogdoches, through the city, through the chamber, and then also through the university, through SFA. And it has been so awesome. I knew going into this position that I would meet a lot of people, but I think I underestimated it. There have been just so many wonderful people I've met, and it's cool. Everyone somehow has a connection in this town. Everyone knows someone who does something, and it has been awesome to just get to know everyone there. And then another fun one is that I get to build itineraries for people. I didn't know that would be something I get to do, and I love doing that. I'm a very organized person, and so being able to organize someone's stay, including groups where I can put together an itinerary for them of stops to go by or historic sites to see, has been really cool. And I didn't know that that would be a part of my job, is being able to basically make someone's stay even better with a fun itinerary of all the places to go. And so that's been really fun as well. And I love getting to do that for people.
Sounds like you're becoming a Nacogdoches expert.
I would like to say that. We're getting there.
So we also get the privilege of working together when SFA is holding an orientation session,
Yes.
or those showcase Saturdays where just busloads of people come in. to our town, and that's kind of neat that we can work together. So they understand the unique business community that we have and how welcoming we are, and then you can tell them all the fun things to do. I mean, how many times are we asked, where should we go have lunch?
All the time. Yes.
So what are your favorites? Give me top 3 favorites of just things to do in Nacogdoches real quick.
Oh, wow. Okay. I love Roma's Italian restaurant. I love just sitting on the patio. I think that's a favorite for sure. I also really love Bonita Creek Hall. I used to be a media intern there, so I know my way around, and being able to go to the concerts and take photos that was really cool. And so I love going there for concerts. That's a fun one. And then the third one, I love to go to the Sternhoya Museum. That is such a beautiful historic site. So every time someone comes into the visitor center, I tell them all about it. And I've been there about 3 times now, just because I love to go back and just to see it. And that's another favorite. And then I have to add a 4th. I love the Fredonia Hotel.
That's
First
the
City
bonus.
Cafe. Yes, that's the bonus.
Well, there's tons more, and I want to make
Yes.
sure everyone that is watching us today can go find more. Where would they do that?
So somewhere that you can go find more information is going to be visitnacogdoches.org, and we just launched a new website, so it's very easy to navigate. It's beautiful, and you should definitely go on visit Nacogdoches.org for more information. Yes.
That's great. Well, we appreciate you being here today. Love talking with you. And we enjoyed having you today on We Are Nacogdoches.
This program is brought to you by the Department of Media and Communication at Stephen F. Austin State University, in association with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and with special thanks to the City of Nacogdoches.